And we have Cho'gall's Angels versus BG Nepotism and Corruption. And the first map is Tomb of the Spider Queen. So for this map, where we are anticipating some quick rotations and quick wave clears from both sides, and let's see how it happens. It seems that for the red team, they're ready for this game, and I didn't hear the ready from the blue side. And by the way, if anyone is interested in co-casting with me, please send me a message in the Discord. I will put my Discord link in the description later. Oh, BRB. Okay, I guess they're still dealing with something. So I'm gonna mute myself for now, and let's see how it goes. Okay, we are hearing the player coming back, and now let me question again about ready. Okay, actually they're swapping the picks, and now Cho'Gall's Angels, they have the first pick. So Tomb of the Spider Queens is actually picked by the red team, and I guess they have some plans for this rotational map. And now we're heading to the game. The first pick for blue side, because I'm a little bit more familiar with blue side, so I'm anticipating yes Sylvana spam. Because they're more like a team fight team rather than a super macro team, so they want to get rid of the Sylvanas. And the Hanzo has been banned by red team because obviously Small Killer is a really good Hanzo player, and they want to get rid of this sort of one-trick hero. And for the second ban phase, yesterday I remember it was the Haka, and for this case they get rid of Hogger because Hogger is really good on this map, doing camps good and good on rotations. Also, while they're in team fights, he can just spin away from the objective and perma interrupt in a little square, especially for the top turn in. And we also see a Junkrat ban, so I believe it's a target ban to the Small Killer because he's very good at these two heroes. So I'm very interested in how he's gonna deal with this kind of situation while he's target banned. I know, like in Storm League, I get banned a lot on Ming and Mephisto, and sometimes on Sylvanas. Yeah, I just know the feeling is not very good. And for the blue team, the first pick Anduin, okay, it's a wombo combo potential hero. You can pair that up with Genji, Murden Jump, or some hypermobilities like Mephisto. Let's see the rest of the draft. I'm sorry if my English is not that great because it's not my first language, so I'm just trying to, do the casting. And now we'll see the Johanna and Brian gets picked. I think they prioritize on picking Johanna is because of her super fast wave clear and also the unstoppable um, trait, which can be a good counter to the light bomb. And now we see Small Killer picks Vala, and the Traxxas pick Deathwing. Interesting one. Just as I just mentioned, Genji might be a really good target for light bomb, so they just get rid of the chance for this wombo combo to work. And talking about the changes coming up in the PTR, Deathwing's drop will be nerfed in the next patch. So I think it's a good time for now to finally capitalize on the sort of bugged trait which can decrease the tower's damage after the 16. Yep, we see Raimi gets banned because Raimi is also a really good target on this map. It can rotate fast, do very quick camps. Also, it can dive on Vala and have the huge burst. So I think it's a good decision to get rid of Raimi here. We see Gul'dan coming in because they have a really tanky front line for the red team. And now Mephisto has been picked by Cruciator. As a Mephisto player myself, I would say if you want to pick Mephisto, your best option is to pair it up with Alexstrasza, because Alexstrasza can spawn the globes after completing the first level 1 talent. It can really boost up the cooldown reduction and also the dot healing because of the talent on level 4 Spite. And finally, they picked Varian, which is sensible because when they see the Tychus pick, you want to pick something can dodge or can parry the percent damage from Tychus. Because I think Tychus is also picked to counter the Deathwing, so you cannot pick the Diablo in that case. Interesting, we get a Anubarak picked actually by BG, Nepotism, and Corruption. And actually, we have done this kind of role swapping in 7 Rings as well, because you can fake pick Johanna as main tank, and then you can swap her off to the offline role. She's really good at wave clear with her level 4. Also, she's really good on rotation and not being afraid by ganking. Yeah, because of the unstoppable trait. And looking into the sloping phase, we see on the left side, Cho'Gall's Angels. They have a unified portrait, which gives them 1 point up. And for the right side, they're kind of messy on portraits. Okay. Looking at the left side, we see Alex Traxxas, played by Brandy. Actually, definitely played by Traxxas. Cruciator, Mephisto, the Duke, Varian, Toasty Bones, who's that? Anduin, and Small Killer on Vala. On the red side, we see Kenny, Johanna, Megablitz, Anubarak, King Andrew on Tychus, Snack on Gul'dan, and finally, Lionhouse on Prime. Looking to the first fight, all the members coming to the mid. Okay. I think it's just the E for the vision control. He doesn't pop. Cruciator didn't pop his W. And now he's saving that for the wave clear. Obviously, Deathwing is very good at wave clear the mid. However, if you're playing this kind of map, you want to get your gems. Yes, we see now they have a little bit disadvantage on the gem. So you don't want to clear the wave into the enemy side. Instead, you want to keep the lane coming to your side and grab the gems easier in that case. And rotation wise, blue team is kind of gets squeezed out by the Anubarak because he can safely just stall the targets on rotation. And also for Varian before level 4, he is actually not a main tank right now because he have no options to choose the variants yet. Yeah, we see the red side, they're clearing the wave very fast, and rotating really good. And Kenny is here for some help. Maybe they're trying to get a little skirmish before they're heading to the Bruiser camp. We see Brightwing and Gul'dan already started on their Bruiser camp. It's a really good start, you should time it if you're playing this map. And now, even though with only 2 members, Anubarak and King Andrew, which is Tychus, are very aggressive, pushing the lanes onto their fort. Now red team has already picked up the first camp in this game, and they're ready to push the mid lane. Mephisto in the early stage is kind of weak, so they have to, really hold on to the late game potential and just survive until level 16 gets hit. Now, the Bruiser camp has been delivered at the gate. Gul'dan is doing insane amount of pushing with AoE E's and Q's. And now I believe he's in trouble because he's kind of overstayed under the towers, while their tank, which is a new breath, already rotate to the top. And now the first kill goes to Cho'Gall's Angels. Grabbing the final XP a little bit there. Great job. Looking at the bot side, Desmond is actually dominating the bot lane because she even did some damage on the towers, while Johanna did not, almost. Okay, looking at the top, we see Nubra constantly goes to the midpoint, trying to, intervene in the rotations and buy time for his teammates. It's actually a really good play from the Nubra player. And Bruiser Camp is finally picked up by the blue team. Let's see if they're gonna push with it or just if you get a camp like that, you should always capitalize on it and push with it. Like in this case, Mephisto is really popping up. Oh my god, the beautiful dash in and get a kill on right wing. Mephisto, after getting globes on level 4, the spike talent is a monster. And also I mentioned that in the draft phase, if you wanna capitalize on boosting this hero, the best healer option for him is Alex Strasza. Lifebinder can basically give him the second health, and also the constant globe spawning can just keep him alive and full mana basically all the time. Now Nubra goes to the middle and gets juked out. Oh, Tychus is in trouble. Teleport by Brightwing saved his life here. And looking at the turn-ins, I think both teams are trying to get the first turn-in. Oh my god, a good taunt into Gul'dan, and he's killed by Varian with the Q. A good finish. Oh, I didn't expect that finish so fast, because usually if you're taking the quest talent, you're gonna usually just finish that around level 8 or minute 8 or 9. It's very good, very early completion of the quest. And now, after completing the quest, Mephisto has two charges of the Q, which can be a good thing in the team fights because you can give more cooldown reductions if you hit the target with that. And after 16, you can have the lightning reaction twice if you get throw the 2 Qs in the place. He's very aggressive now, feel confident because he has finished the quest and setting at very healthy. Now, I don't think this taunt under tower is very wise because you see your teammates are not ready for the follow-up. Mephisto popping on again. I think blue team should go to the points and get the turn-in right now because they're on the advantage of the XP. If they get this turn-in, they can push with their 10, which is their odds. And yeah, I think the correct thing to do for the Cruciator is to get a turn-in because he holds the most gem, and also he already finished his quest. But never mind, they decided to stay longer a bit and get a kill. The turn-in is actually finished by Tychus, sneaked in while their teammates died for the time, and now blue team missed the window to turn in for the level 10 advantage. However, I think the red team turns right now is more like a stalling thing for their equal talent tier because they're under advantage. They're kind of lower on their experience. That's why they're trying to get this turn-in to stall for a little bit more time to get level 10. So you see, for the blue team, the Mephisto, they have very good, very easy clear defense on this first objective phase. Now finally they get level 10. The team fight starting in the mid. Oh, it's a pull into Mephisto out of position and instant cocoon Anduin to denying the save. Light bomb still holding. Yeah, I think the cocoon was there to prevent the light bomb going off. After finding their good kills and stall the momentum, I think red team is trying to get their second turn in because they only need 8 more gems to do so. On the blue team, after they lost the member of Mephisto, Vala, and Anduin started their camp. It's actually a nice counterplay because in this way, oh, I'm surprised. Red team did not check the turning points to deny the turning from blue team, and now a very good taunt into Endurance of Hate, and Gul'dan gets instant deleted. For now, the blue team, Cho'Gall's Angels, they have an objective plus a mid camp pushing mid, and this is gonna give their 13 advantage because they're very close to the 13. A nice taunt again. Tychus in trouble. Yeah, the mid objective is very healthy, and also the camp. Okay, just get cleared by the grenade from Tychus. I think it's very difficult for red team to defend this push because for now the bottom and bottom health and the top health are still looking above 50%. They can push with the objective. The blue team may get all the forts right now. Yes. And now they're opening up the top lane, and the blue team has talent advantage. Maybe after this turn in, by calculating, I think they have the second turn in, and they have the advantage to do the boss. Let's see if they're gonna force the boss with their 13 advantage and do another turn in. If that's the case, I think they might have some difficulty on defending because boss plus objective. Yeah, here we see blue team did not force the boss. Instead, they're just trying to turn in their gems because they're holding above 90 gems on their pocket. They don't want to force the boss and risk on losing them. I think it's better for them to just get this turn in and grab experience for 16, and then when the power spike hits for Mephisto 16, they can actually do the force. For the red team, they're clearing the waves and try to push out the lanes so the objective can get to their towers slowly. Unlike other maps, the objective will get is despawning by time, even though it's not receiving damage. So it's Journeys of Hate miss, and we see a cocoon on a Mephisto. Let's see if there's any counterplay. Very good drop onto the cocoon and denies the damage. Now another good fear onto Cruciator. I think Mephisto here is out of position for twice. He should have a much more safe positioning as Mephisto if he didn't go W build, which provides him more shield. At this point, after getting the kill, the red team just goes to the top and bottom, clear the waves, and now they have the turn in. I think for the last team fight, what blue team should do is just stay back and wait for their top and bottom objective to push, and wait and just clear the waves to get 16, and now they can do the forcing on the boss. Because even though Mephisto died, they still hold about the next turn in, and now they have no chance to really do the follow-up turn in. Here Trax is doing the bot camp, and now she used a good, very very big fear to fear the enemy off the point and secure the bot camp. Cocoon, Journeys of Hate gets popped. Nothing happened right now. Mephisto again gets a very nice breathing fire. A new Brack gets toasted by the Dragon Breath. A zoning fear just to get off the opponent and get a they can run away right now. So far the the objectives are still rotating or slowly creep to the walls and no damage done yet. For the mid, Mephisto gets a lightning reaction. If the Q hits the W ring, you can get a burst damage, which is also a nice tool of wave clear. Dragon Breath the whole top lane, and it's a very easy clear up for the blue team. I think they're trying to force the boss. Okay, boss gets hit, and let's see. Also, they get the turning right now. The rich smog, the dragon holds all the gems, and now she gets the turn. Okay, there will be a very nasty fight on the boss point. A new break gets deleted after a really good combo from Mephisto. The lightning reaction hits the ring on the W. It's a huge damage. Jeez. And now, I think blue team are looking at a game ending potential because they have a huge boss and objective pushing to the top lane, while the top lane is actually very exposed because the last push, the objective took down the top walls. Johanna gets taunted, instant pops the unstoppable. Jewels of Hate hits the Tychus, and also the ring hits the Brightwing. Now the red team only have 3 members defending the score. Let's see if blue team can actually go for the winning. Mephisto gets stunned. I think they should zone out. Blue team should get zoned out by. They should just forget the boss right now and do massive damage on their heroes because they certainly must lose a bit of core health. The thing is, they have to defend the core. As long as the core is not falling, red team still have the chance. Now Gluten is doing great damage on onto the backlines of blue team. Zoning away. Johanna still safe. Core sits at 50% of the health. It's really critical moments for the for the red team. If they get any kill, they could secure their core. It's like very clutchy defense on the core, while the red teams they have their core set at 23% of the health. And now for the blue team, they still hold all the keeps and all the forts. However, they do not have a turn-in right now, and they're getting so close to 20. I'm curious if they would do the mid-camp and just send their tank to scout the turn-in points and stall for the level 20. For red team, I think before level 20, now it's their only chance to force a fight before the monster Mephisto turns into a real monster at level 20, and holding exact 60 gems. They should just group up right now. And oh, there's PP coming in. Maybe they have a bit of discussion on the turning. Let's take a quick pause until they resume the game. Lag. Okay, we see Kenny says he's lagging, so we might give him some time to really adjust the connection for the internet. So far, we see blue team works really well on these rotations and protections. They do massive protection on their teammates. Last fight, when Mephisto was out of position, Brandy, which is the Deathwing player, she just get dropped on top of him, and try to secure his teammate. And now go back to the game. We see Deathwing drops huge again onto Mephisto, trying to zone the enemy side and to peel for this lightning bug. Gets feared out. Nubrak gets counter stun, and then he can borrow away. Deathwing zones the enemy out from this choke point, and now they're pushing Red Team's final key with an objective. Level 20 gets hit, Mimic has been picked by Mephisto, and now the Shades can also do the lightning damage. Oh my god. Look at that structural damage. I think Mephisto is actually the highest damage dealer on structure as a mage here. Journeys of Hate did not connect, however Tiger's still in trouble because he just dashed in with the Q and the lightning reaction kills Tigers. Popping off Mephisto, I think this is game. Yeah, this is game. Journeys of Hate gets hit, Anubrak gets rooted, and now let's congrats to the Cho'gall Angels claiming their victory on the first map. Wow, that's a really good play coming from the blue team. And here we check some stats. Mephisto set in top siege, top hero damage, and top soak. Cruciator did a really good job carrying the blue team. On the red side, Gul'dan is doing the same thing here as a mage to clear the waves and doing the hero damage. However, because of the slow mobility, he ain't do that much on soaking here. Looking at the talents, everything seems pretty normal here, unless one talent here, because on Nubrak he's actually facing a big mage from the blue team. I think on level 4 he should take the W, which increase the spell armor by 20%. Yes, like what Pravin does here is try to save his teammates by giving the spell shield. Nothing out of ordinary here so far. Yeah. Okay, let me ask about how the second game will be played. We're heading into the Garden of Terror here. And for the bands, I think BG, Nepotism, and Corruption, they took the second map. And now Cho'gall's Angels gets their first pick. Oh, there's some fire and nicely trolling happening between the two teams because we don't really want to see the B staffs. It's BM, and just play nice in this community. Okay. My God, it's not good. Okay, my pink is currently last try with Myth ability. Oh wow. Okay. We're just waiting for another member of here. Okay, we get all the people. Oh my god. Not funny. Okay, I'm gonna change the score. And now Cho'gall's Angels actually have the lead on the score for 1-0. See? Me unlucky. My god. Okay. Now we're heading into the second map, obviously picked by BG Nepotism and Corruption. I think they're trying to do more macro on this map because we have six mercenary camp here for the macro potential. And let's see if they can grab this opportunity to, you know, to capitalize on the lane and pressures. The first ban. Let's see, maybe another Sylvanas ban coming from the blue side, because as I just said, they're a really good team on team fights, and yes, they're afraid of push and wave clears. So getting rid of Sylvanas is actually a good deal for them to avoid these troubles. Still, the Hanzo ban coming from the red team to deny the pick by Smart Killer. I think after the first game's performance by Mephisto, the red team might ban the hero. I don't know. It's just, oh, Murky, actually they studied their opponents because Traxis is a Murky goddess. She's really good on clearing all the mercenaries and clear the waves while coming into the team fight, rotating for Octograb and kill potential. So getting rid of that can really boost up the macro play here. Junkrat has been picked up by Smart Killer. The traps on these narrow points are really good for stalling the the pickups on the seeds. Also, he can basically perma interrupt the channel by the Q. It can bounce very far. Decker King and Blaze were picked by the red team. The Deckard can drop a lot of potions on the ground. After level 13, the potion can grow to a larger potion, which can be a really good method to prolong the fights on the seas. Stitches and Mafiri. Okay, these two are old friends. They can just hook someone onto the roots, and basically the guy is dead. And now banning into Traxis again, because we know Deathwing is very hard to deal with after getting level 7. The Skyfalls can almost perma interrupt the channel, and Traxis, she's a really good Deathwing player as well. So yeah, I think these 3 bans are targets for their opponents. Tracer, okay, interesting. Because if I were the blue team, I would not fear a lot about the Tracer. In the case they have Trap by Junkrat, and also the Root's potential to seal the narrow gates on objective places. Oh, Triple Bruiser, Sonya, and Leoric has been picked. This game is gonna be very interesting and fierce, I would say, because front lines are like beefy boys or girls. Like they're trying to self-generate on the point and try to just dive the backline. The Big Leap and Leoric can do the ghost walking and then finally drop a Entomb onto the targets on Mafiri, because I think he's the one without the mobility here. For Junkrat, he can W, boost him away by the mines, and for Lunara, the Leaping Strike is actually a really good thing to cleanse herself out of dangerous places. The Haka has been picked by Traxis. She's doing a little bit macro. Oh, wow. Diablo has been picked finally. They have no damage dealer. They have 4, if you count Deckard King as a melee, they have 5 melees. Wow. This must be the tankiest comp ever I have ever seen here. This is nuts. Okay, this is nuts. I'm very interested in seeing how this game would go, because for BG nepotism and corruption, this game can either go very well or very bad. Depends on if they can stack well on Diablo souls and if they can rotate well. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Looking at the second map, we are seeing the Haka placed by Traxxas, Cruciator on Lunara, Small Killer on Junkrat, Toasty Buns on Malfurion, the Duke on Stitches, Snack on Sonya, Kenny on Blaze, Stop Moving, Linehouse on Decker King, King Andrew on Leoric, and final McGibbets on Diablo. I think here, Lunara, she is kind of strong in the laning phase because she can really poke from a far distance and be very elusive with the movement speed. However, in team fights, because the beefy potential for the blue team, she can have a hard time on killing these targets. Oh my god, the first the seal coming from Decker King, Roots, Sassy Buckle, the Duke have root for... Okay. Range is overrated. I mean, it depends on which kind of range, right? I think draft is very important in HOTS because, you know, every hero has weaknesses and their good sides. And obviously on this in this case, Junkrat have no person damage and also Lunara have no person damage. So killing these beefy boys can be a really hard time for them. If the blue team is picking at last, I might see another pick coming in, even Tychus or Malston, because now they're lacking the tools for the person damage, and also for the lanes. I think red team is okay on doing camps because every one of them, just except Decker King, is a good solo laner per se. They can do decent amount of damage on objective on their mercenary camps, and they have decent wave clears too. Lunara gets picked up. The roots were there to save her. Excuse me. Now we're seeing the red team have a very difficult time defending the mercenaries because, you know, ranged heroes usually carry with more AoE, like mages, and also they carry more damage. Sonya instead pushing on top with their red team's cruiser camp. I think it's a trade on the structure. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe a slight advantage on the red side. It's very interesting to see the experienced lead on blue side because usually the ranged heroes having more wave clear potential, and now we're seeing they're okay. Now the XP are even, maybe because some waves are not getting soaked yet. By the moment I check the talent difference, I mean, that person damage compared to, you know, Falstad, Vala, Tychus, Malthael is kind of, you know, minor, I would say. Because mostly she's like a mage. She plays dot damage and poisons on the opponents. She gets almost wall stun and now she's in trouble. Yeah, Cruciator tries to get a gank on Sonya, however, instead she gets almost wall stunned by Diablo flipped over, and the seals blocked her way out, and the red team gets a second kill. King Andrew, the level 1, yeah, the Globe talent. Very good sustaining power for him to clear the waves and get some auto heals. I'm very likely to see a bio coming in this game because even though you get a good gorge on anyone, they have an insane amount of tools to survive in the moment. As Diablo, he can pop the spell shield and survive a bit of longer. Oh, my Traxxas gets ganked. by 3 beefy boys. Okay, now they're in trouble. Because we see 3 kills in lead for a red team, and they're really aggressive here on taking this objective. Oh, they actually get that. Okay. Koenig is hooked, no follow-up yet. He walks out. Continuing on what I just said, because every one of them except Deckard Cain has a really good tool to get out. The ghost walking, the leap, also bunkers, and Diablo, is the hardest target to kill. He's very tanky with a soul shield against 2 mages. So I would like to see a bio coming from the Stitches. Now the red team is closing to level 10, and they're having a little bit advantage onto this position. Diablo gets hooked, spell shield is popped, he's still surviving right now with the fire, yes. Now level 10 gets hit, and they have advantage on the objective. If they get 3 objectives at this time, there will be some terrorists spawning for each lane to push out. Oh, ooh! A nice boop from Small Killer, getting him out of Entomb. However, the zoning has complete Sonya channel's objective, and they get the first objective. Prefer go. Yeah, to Gorge. I think Bio is very necessary here. A nice Hook tries to get Lyric, however, it missed. Okay, the bottom lane is a priority here. We have 3 members from both sides. Boss is actually doing a really good job by... Okay, never mind. A zoning reptile has been popped to secure the way out for the Duke. As for mid lane, there's no one... Oh, there's actually Brandy defending the mid lane, and she just cleared... Oh, someone just dodged? No, disconnected. Let's wait for Macibits. And he's saying his scream is freezing. Okay, let's give him a moment. Ooh. Okay, we're back to the games right now. The internet has been fixed. Lunara killing the Sonya. Yeah, okay, a really nice kill. It's the first kill from the blue team, and now the deer is in trouble. She still holds on. She needs 2 more seconds to get the leaps. Maybe, okay. Yeah, the cooldown did not cools off on time, so she is trapped by the 3 gankers, and she gets killed. After the first objective, red team instantly rotate to their camps, and blue team is actually faster, clearing the bot game. However, losing Lunara is tough for them to keep pushing, so they just rotate to the mid, and very safe path from this side. Diablo trying to... I think Diablo is fully, soaked with the souls. Now he has almost 6,000 hit points, which is crazy. Let's check their health pool for each character here. Oh, okay, 4,000, 46k. I mean 4.6k, and Sonya 3.9. Yeah, Diablo is so tanky. Oh my god, 6k hit points. It's crazy. Even their Deckard Cain, I think it's the tankiest support. And among all the members, they have 4 coming from Diablo, which is kind of interesting. And looking at the blue team, Deer takes 20,000, 2,000. Okay, the first... Oh, actually, it's a gorge onto the Diablo. Let's see if this Diablo can survive instant. Wow, an instant tongue after the gorge. gets them a kill onto Diablo. And now he lost every soul. And let's check. Wait, it's what the? I'm sorry. After losing almost all the souls, he even have the 5k points as well. The tankiest targets in this game so far. Another good hook lands on Blaze, and now the big stun, and the 3 Oz has been used. Well, Malfurion just heal all the teammates up by 1 Tyler Tranquility. The matchup in the bot lane between Sonya and Haka, she's pushing with 2 giants and push down the walls. Cruciator tries to get the soak. Oh, very close. It's a nice dodge out of the bush, otherwise Mad Giblets will get gorged again. And this is gonna be a tough game for... I mean, it's... The position for this objective is actually an advantage for the blue team. Small Killer booped off Diablo with him into the tower range, and now Entomb. Oh my god, that's a tons of CC chance onto the Malfurion. Traxxas low, Small Killer very low. Leoric, oh yeah, he's safe now. Decker King is in trouble, however this deer might not be that lucky. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Spectral Leech, huh, interesting. We're now seeing the red team occupies the zones for the objective. They're trying to zone out Gorge in 15 minutes. Let's see if Junkrat can still stall this for another big hook. Gorge is ready. They're still waiting for 16. So yeah, they send Traxxas onto the bot lane and soak a little bit more XP. Sonya has been sent out to the mid lane, clear the wave. I don't think it's very wise to just stay here because oh, a nice block on the hooks, and the deer comes from the top. Now the huge lightning breath did not kill anyone. A nice burrow dodged. Oh my god, the Entomb gets missed. Deer in trouble. She's centered by 5 beefy boys, and now a good hook onto Diablo. The trap, the bomb just sealed the way out. But Diablo is way too tanky. He's still trying to survive. The fire build is making him unkillable. After taking this Sonya, oh my god, it's a god hook, a very nice angle. However, the tongue did not connect. Sonya is swirling, trying to gain more XP, and she's out. Ancestral, as Asian Blessing has been popped for the blue team. Another god hook coming from the Duke, getting Kenny. Kenny, maybe he can walk out. I see another hook coming in 2 seconds. Let's see if he can connect. No, a nice dodge. Another OBJ is claimed by the red team, and now they're setting at another huge objective. Mana wise, Kenny just tapped. Okay, he's not full yet, but interesting. Because as I expected, Decker King would go the bigger potion at level 13, so he can really heal up these beefy boys. But instead, he did go Asian Blessing, maybe to boost their ability to kill in teamfights because they're lacking damage a little bit. Okay, Roots was wasted. They're actually getting a Diablo hooked into the place. Lightning Breath immediately after getting gorged. And now there's a counterplay coming from the Junkrat. Reptile did not kill anyone yet, but it does stop the story. Oh, Squishy Lunar gets killed first, and now Malfurion is in trouble. My god, these beefy boys are really doing the job. They're way too tanky. And now the blue team struggles for the kills. Finally, onto the 16 talent, we see Lunara gets a person damage. A nice hook stopped the channel by Decker King. Onto the Decker King. The Duke is seeking another turn in. Junkrat. Ooh. Oh my god! It's a such nice hook coming from the Duke. Interrupted the channel again. And now they send 2 people. Okay, the blue team is under siege again by the objective. Trax is rolling over. I mean, sorry. To answer the question from the Zelf, I think there is a lot of value for ranged DPS, but ranged DPS can be countered really easily, so you might just leave one spot open until the final moment. Otherwise, this is a good example of how you can get countered by the draft. They get the first kill onto the Diablo, and now they have the blue team have an easier time. Yeah, I agree. The hooks are so on point. I think if the blue team gets the victory, I would say MVP goes to the Duke. Another very beautiful hook coming from the Duke, saving Brandy out of trouble. Wow. Stitches. A seemingly CC-less tank doing the most job on initiating the fights and saving the teammates. Nice play. With level 20 advantage, Red Team is actually rotating into their opponent's camps. They're trying to get as many camps as possible. A nice juke from Kenny, dodging the hook. Wow, there's so many pressure going on to this game. Red Team still holds all the forts, and they're having level 20 advantage. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. We see a Bury alive. It's very dangerous for a level 20 Leoric, because he can, just entomb everybody basically. And if someone is entombed, he's silenced, so there's no ability can be used to get out. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe you'll see some delays because it's NGS rules. We have to set the delay for 30 seconds to just prevent some players sneak picking the streaming. Yeah, so. And now I think blue team are trying to get some counter plays onto their opponents. Okay, the vision is opened by Blaze. Diablo gets in a huge lightning breath coming from Diablo. Can Malfurion survive that? Malfurion did not survive because Sonya is actually blocking the hook, the secure hook from the Duke. Duke gets killed, and Lunara is... Ugh. Yeah, it's so hard for blue team to kill anyone at this point because, as we just predicted in the draft, there's not many efficient damage onto, spelled person damage onto these beefy targets. And now they're taking their keep. They did not continue on pushing the core because they have 5 melee and they are sort of lacking the potential for structural damage. So they would just go back and play safe, get in the OBJ, and try to win with the next 3 seeds. On the other hand, Smoke Killer is trying to clear the waves as far as possible to prevent some further structural damage, while Brandy is kind of shy right now. She knows if I mean Brandy as Traxxas. If Traxxas goes out, she's in huge risk on getting ganked. Yeah, I thought they would end as well, but in another thinking, I mean, the second thought is they do not have much structural damage because Sonya, I mean, even she didn't take leap and the rest of the Berserker, she did not carry a ton of, self healing on the core, so they just backed off. The bush, okay. They send Crucinator to clear the camp, also the Junkrat. Use through regular at half. Yeah, because he didn't take a level 13 potion talent. Perfect gem, interesting. Yeah, because perfect gem is better at team fights. He can really capitalize on resetting the rubies and give their frontline a lot of healing. However, if they're just coring, I think level 13 big potion would be far more useful. This bush, I mean, oh my god, another great hook coming from the Duke, and he is out of trouble! Oh my god, a good boop. Kenny is actually in trouble even though he's under... Oh my god. Lightning Breath just kills entire wall and frees Kenny out of trouble. Close. Very close. There are some beautiful plays from both sides. Lunara are very aggressive, leaped in, try to stall. They're trying to chase, and Diablo gets tongue. Another hook comes from Duke and connected to the arc. Actually, there's no kill. There are a lot of potions. Magiblitz, look at the potions. Okay, Diablo gets killed. There are some counter kills onto the Junkrat. Sonya is really aggressive with the Berserker. She has less CC'd moments, and now Asian Blast has been popped. Onto two targets. There are 2 more kills for the red team. They're trying maybe to win this game. Duke in trouble. He is perma-slowed and looted. Now they get 4 kills. Only survivor here is Lunara. She has to deal with the top siege. Yeah, immediate go back to the core and get rid of the catapults. Now the red team has just make a detour over the keep, and they're hunting the core with the blaze bunker. The core is falling. GG has been called. The second game goes to the side of BG Nepotism and Corruption. What a interesting and fun series to watch. Wow. Even though, let's see the stats. Junkrat, almost no death, and he did a lot of stuff on soaking hero damage and also siege damage. However, it's not enough for him to take down these beefy boys. On the other hand, Sonya, as a berserker, is doing everything for the red team, almost everything. We cannot deny the efforts from other guys, but she's carrying the stats on hero damage, siege damage, and soaking. It's actually really close to the Junkrat. However, because of their beefiness, they actually survived a lot longer in these team fights, and the red team claims the victory for the second map. For the talents, we have some discussion onto the Deck Arcane level 13, because vice versa, the big potion has more sustainability, and for this one, they have more Asian Blessing would grant their team a lot of burst potential, and in the case they don't have a real DPS, I think this is the better talent here. Asian Blessing to really boost the, the potential to really burst up someone. Yeah, BG, they had a really good comp into the person damage lacking comp. Yeah. And for now, let's check more talents here. Anything out of... Yeah, also Gorge. I think Gorge is not the great one here, as we just Saw, like even if he gets so many good hooks and amazing gorgeous, they just lack the tool to lock down the targets they have, because you know the survivability of each character is really good. Sonya gets Berserker, like a 50% self cleanse. Leoric just walks away, and even if Leoric dies, he can just respawn on the battlefield. Kenny and Blaze, he have the bunker to heal, to survive a bit longer, while Diablo can just pop in the first soul shield and stand there for um, lightning breath. Yeah. So I think the better talent here is Bio, and level 20 is maybe he should go for the bigger Bio, which can reduce more movement speed and give him like cooldown reductions, healing. Yeah, that might be the two go talents here. For Malfurion, I think everything looks normal. Yeah, no surprise here. Junkrat, I don't know. Maybe Junkrat in this case should have the W talents, which can really mess up with their like Preymate's CC chains, because um, that's what the red team is drafting for, like constant CC chains on top of them. If Junkrat can get more cooldown reduction on the W, he might just disrupt their entire plans. Okay, let me read some comments. Um, Here we have used the AA talent. Yeah, I think Lunara level 16 is kind of uh unnecessary, because she cannot really stand there as a turret and try to do these like 1.5%. And even though that's 1.5%, she does not carry a lot of like basic damage with her. So even for one single Diablo, if she just stand there, like every auto is like, let's say 300, and you can have the 1.5 bonus, which is like for Diablo is like how much? 1.5, like 45 more, like yes, like 6,000. Well, okay, 90. Okay, you have 400 per damage. You can, and you have to stay there for entire 12 seconds to kill one Diablo. I don't think that's a good way to do that. I think the better go talent in this case is to um, try to do as many AoE damage as possible, because as Decker King, he does not heal good in AoE, so he'd rather take the splash and like spread out the toxin. Okay, game on to the Volskaya Foundry. The third map has been picked up again by the red team, as Cho'gall's Angels. They choose to first pick. Okay. Wow, that's a wild match from the last game. Both sides are doing great. I think the Duke lands horribly good hooks onto these targets. However, I think for last match, Nepotism and Corruption just did it slightly better, surviving there and just getting objectives and rotations. Okay, the third team is ready for both sides. That's heading into the third one. Oof. Volskaya Foundry, another map picked up by Nepotism and Corruption. The BG team, they're looking forward for some special strategy, I guess, because they're like 3 maps are picked by them, and all of them are macro intensive. And we see their abilities to control the map and doing all the rotations, good wave clears, and camps. So let's see what they're gonna gonna run for this map. A Blaze has been banned. Okay, because Blaze has a great performance on last map. The bunker really saved their team, and also he can do a lot of camps by himself. Okay, Sylvanas. Okay. I mean, why Sylvanas is such a big problem? Because she can do literally everything. Spell damage, person damage, auto attacks. She can, self-cleanse. Even without level 16 talents, she can use the Unstoppable on her E, and also she can silence, she can tower dive. Yeah, I think she's the most well-rounded hero in this game. Mephisto gets banned. Yes, because Crushinator did a really good job carrying the team on game 1 on Mephisto. Johanna has been picked up by Duke. Okay, Johanna is Johanna. OP, safe, a good wave clear, self-cleansing, also a good fight initiating with the Blessed Shield. On the red side, Bala and Anduin has been picked. I think Anduin is also a really, really good healer. He can prevent the imps from the teammates by pulling them back, and also he carries a lot of AoE healing plus single target healing. The light bomb can also be a good tool for the wombo combo setup. Rhaegar has been picked, and also the Junkrat. Oh, hi Duke. Thanks for watching. You did a really good job last game. Um, Junkrat is okay. Is actually a safe pick here because he can throw the traps onto the point, and it can provide a tough time for his opponent. Oh, Hammer has been banned. Interesting ban. Because recently in Storm League, we see a lot of Hammer pick. She is like a boss. Is an all melee counter? Yes. I think if Mephisto was open there last match, it's a better thing to pick Mephisto because he can have like 10%. Well, you know, 10% of the damage onto the 16 talent. While Beefy Boys all just stacked up, he can have an easy reset. However, it's not the case this time. They get rid of him in the first phase. Merlin and Hogger has been picked for the the red team. Both of them are good targets for Light Bomb. They can really dive in and get the stuns. Hogger is especially good in Volskaya Foundry because he can just perma spin on the objectives, and also he is really good on escaping from these points. Genji and Murky for Cho'Gall's Angels. Murky in Volskaya Foundry is very hard to deal with because the bribe can easily take down your turrets. I mean, take down the opponent's turrets, and it's gonna be very useful into the team fights. And he can be really annoying. Just place the turrets underneath you and grab. Basically, it can't kill any targets. Any backlines. He solo grab. And Genji here is just a neutral pick because he can do a lot of roaming. And to counter Genji, Valera has been picked because Genji would have a hard time on revealing her, considering Valera has a very minor hitbox, and she can do the either silence or stuns diving Genji. So it's gonna be a hard game for Genji. And now in the loading phase, we're gonna commentate a little bit more onto their portraits. Once again, the unified portraits wants the morale. So change your portraits with your teammates if you are an NGS player. Okay. Heading to the third team onto Volsca Foundry, we see Traxxas on Murky, Smork on Junkrat, Krishnader on Genji, Toasty Bombs on Rhaegar, and finally the Duke on Johanna. On the right side, we see King Andrew on Vala, Matt Giblets on Murden, Kenny, who is that on Hogger, Snag on Valera, and finally Lionhouse on Andrew. Traxxas decided to not go with the ARAM here, no meaning to stack Vala either way. All the level 1 for Vala is stacking, so she just decided to go bot, placing the egg and try to rotate. Here we see some skirmish happening in the mid. Genji jumps in. Stormbot did not connect. He just do some free damage and leap out. Okay, once again, he leaps in, try to interrupt their rotation. Yeah, that's the power of Genji. Now we see the Genji coming into the gang Kenny onto Kenny in the bot lane. Yeah, some free damage, and now it's gonna be a much easier time for Traxxas to do the following work. Here in the mid lane, Junkrat has been sent off to their base, and now okay, nothing happened. I'm sorry. I was kind of excited for what Genji can do there because he just did really good damage onto their backlines on Vala. Here some flanks. This is what we are talking about. The silence onto the Genji. Oh my god, he barely survived there, and Anduin was actually exposed to the teammates, and they get a first kill. Nothing special, both teams trying to do some camps. Here we have Rhaegar, Smork, Duke there on the bush. I mean, it's kind of unnecessary because they already took the kills onto the Anduin. Instead, I think Johanna is better on just soaking the top wave so they can have their time to invade the bottom camp. Yeah, and see, now there are a lot of unsoaked minions. Okay, here both teams grab their turrets, and let's see how many. Oh no, I cannot. Oh, 32 already. Okay. Oh no, sorry. I see. Now here we see both teams are rotating top. Genji lost some HP while on rotation trading with Vala. Okay, with the camp, blue team is pushing a little bit more, and they have almost half level of the experience lead. Junkrat has been a very annoying, throwing out these turrets, not turrets, I mean grenades, and placing a bomb. Vala gets booped off. She just dashed away into their face. Valera tried to. Oh my god. I don't think that's a good target, but she did some decent damage onto their healer because Rhaegar was low on mana. Now blue team still holds on to the top push. And now the Merc camp has been cleared by Vala. Bottom camp, Kenny is actually winning a lot, taking down the entire gate, and Murky is just trying to rotate and do the soaks. Vala in trouble, she gets stunned. Genji dashed in. If there's a silence, Genji would die. So Valera is kind of 1 second beat, but nice try. Okay, Murder on point for the red team. A Smork killer, very aggressive. Also stepped on the objective for one moment, and he just walked away because Johanna backed off for more mana, while the Rhaegar is going back for more mana too. Valera versus Genji. Okay, Assassin versus Ninja, I would say. Yep. I think wave clear wise, Junkrat is much better on wave clear, and you know, which leads to a faster rotation here. Kenny gets the wall stance on Cruciator. Vala gets popped off, an immediate swift strike onto the Vala. However, She's still alive by the protection. Both team dropped their turrets. As I said earlier, Murky did a really good job. Oh, that's a trade. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, this turret has been claimed by Murky, so it's very useful, right? Like into the team fights. Yep. It was a 1 for 1.5 trade. Blue team just claimed back the objective for a moment. I mean, Genji is not a melee assassin, even though he functions as one, but his actual position in the draft is a mage. He does not carry a lot of auto attack damage. He's more like a spell mage. Yeah. Johanna very aggressive, grabbing everyone. The silence coming from Valera, Murky low, Junkrat low. Murden jumped in for that. Valera jumps for the Murky, and now the red team gets the first mecha. In this case, you better send the Vala into the second spot. I mean, the second driver, because she's really exposed when Murden was inside, and you surely want to have a second driver onto this mecha. Maybe in this case it's Kenny. Wait, what is? That's an interesting swap. They just send one member onto that, and 4 members on roaming. Interesting choice. Okay, blast shield in and gets pulled away by Endo. A nice pull coming from Endo saved the targets by blast shield. The blue team, they're rotating bot to clear out the mecha. Luckily, there's only one target inside, which is a... Oh no! The angle is wrong! Kid is actually in trouble. Oh, he gets grabbed. Okay, dead hogger. Instead, they did not. The red team did not try to rotate for saving his ass. They are doing counter push on top. I think it's a wise call because they cannot save that, and it's just easier to push back. Genji very aggressive onto Lavala, doing great damage. Structural wise, I think both teams are kind of even. Maybe red team has a slight advantage in the bot lane, but it's minor. Now both team. Oh, actually, blue team is really aggressive. They're getting the healing pack from the center, while their opponent is doing the top camp. Yeah, that's when Order died. What they should do. The invasion did not succeed because only 2 members are on board for this mission. After seeing Murky died, Cruciator just backed off Genji. And now, red team tries to force a fight before level 13. Try to fight over this objectives. Genji gets silenced and stunned, and now he's dead. Yeah, the lethal Valera pick is very wise to the combat mage. I think she's a really good counter to 3 heroes. Genji, Eladin, and Tracer, because none of them have a good time to reveal her out of the stealth, and they all relies on their abilities to survive. So if you dive in blindly, and she can have a really easy time to just silence you, and you're gonna die easy. I think draft-wise, red team is showing their ability to play a lot of heroes and try to counter the picks by the blue team. Here Traxxas, very aggressive. Yeah, if there's no spin, he would die to the grab. Again, Cruciator gets stunned and gets shredded by Vala. I think he should play more safely in this game because opponent has so many tools to punish the dives. Now blue team has a minor XP advantage They're holding. Both teams are holding the bush. Try to zone out the opponents. Okay. No initiate. Murky gets killed. And oh, actually Murky drops one turret. Oh, Crusader dashed in and grabbed the turret. What a nice job. Kenny just dashed out. A nice X strike. Evade the damage. Oh my god. I think there are some troubles with why Brandy is AFK'd for like 20 seconds. Okay, a counter grab onto the Holler. Yeah, when we see the 4v5 here, I think Murky did not move at all there. There might be some like connection issue. Overall, it's a 1-for-2 trade, and both teams spend all their turrets. Okay. Valeria is so dangerous in this case, and there's actually only one good tool to reveal her, which is Johanna's level 1 E. I think Johanna should keep an eye on the stealth targets and try to get her out of the stealth. Otherwise, oh, again, Praxis holding this point for his teammate to pick up the turrets, because as a Murky, he can die really easy. So yeah, it's just better for your teammates to grab the equipment. Both teams setting at level 16 now. Into its final cut. Fish oil. Okay, Spray Valley. Oh, lightning shield. Okay. It's very unusual because normally we expect Rhaegar to pick the totem talent, but in this one he picks all the lightning one. I guess he's trying to boost the healings on Johanna or Genji. Oh, extra coming to the Hogger. Okay, one grab, one death. Like yesterday, Traxxas doing great job on rotating, get map pressures, and get these important grabs onto the opponent. Blast Shield onto the Vala and immediately gets pulled out. Nice save. Murden popped the Avatar for survival. If he can get out, yes he can. There are some tradings of the cooldowns. No one dies yet. Smoke Killer popped to level 16 and tried to do as many siege damage as possible. Genji dashed in because he see Valeria in the middle, maybe, and he feels comfortable in diving in right now. Auto grab ready again. This little Murky anchor for the flanks. See, now they see the flank. I think she's in trouble. Yes. A nice X strike. Oh, she's solo. Maybe a no. The final cuts get missed. Now Crusader is in trouble. He's on the tower and he has no mobility right now. Crusader will die here. That's very unfortunate because Valeria took a shorter path to, like avoid the damage from the final cut. Beautiful Murden light bomb leap, and okay, Ancestral connected, which saved his life. That was what I talked about in the draft. Murden can be a really good target for the light bomb, especially after 16. He can have 40% extra range on the Dwarf Tusk. The stun onto Johanna. They're trying to poke a little bit again. Red team did not send 2 drivers onto this. Now they're sending Valas. No, there's no second driver. I'm curious about if, yeah, I'm gonna do the interview with them later after this game. It's an interesting question, man. Because I'm worried, like if they send 2 members onto the Mecha, Vala will be very exposed to the CCs and there's no peels. And if you send Vala onto the Mega, actually, it doesn't do that much damage, I guess, because Vala herself can do a lot of damage. Murky gets killed by Valeria. Vala in the center and gets Blast Shield. She's extract. The pool did not save her. Small Killer very aggressive, gets stunned. The traps. I'm sorry. There are too many things going on right now. I don't know. Okay. What's that called? Rocket Ride onto the end with Oh my god. Anduin gets killed, and Valera gets stunned out, grabbed a Murden leaped out. They have 3 kills onto the red team. Maybe if you're considering the safety for Vala, you might want to put Vala onto this mecha. So even though it's less damage, but it's more secure, right? Interesting decision by the red team, and they get punished. Nice place from the Cho'Gall's engines. Now Shingon is doing great damage onto the structure because he can poke very safely, and with the completion of the level 4 talents, he can do the resets on his team. I mean Genji. Now with 20 lead, blue team is really aggressive, pushing down to the structures, using their equipment, trying to push as much as possible. However, I think the winning condition is bottom lane, as the next objective will spawn at bottom lane. Still with 20, they go for the healing pack, while Murky anchors on the bush. I think Murky is really doing his job. I mean her job, macro the game and anchor these important bushes and try to grab an important target for the team to focus. Now he's sneaking, pushing, maybe try to buy more time for the team. Oh, Octocrab gets cancelled. Wait, it can be cancelled? That was insane reaction by Valera, because Valera just instant self-cleansed herself, and surprisingly Octograb did not. It did not go to the 50 seconds cooldown. It just goes to the 10 seconds cooldown. Oh. Well, now Traxxas as a Murky tank gets spotted by Hogger. Vala try to sneak. I mean, not try to sneak, but try to reveal the bush again, because apparently blue team tries to push this top. Murky gets stunned again, but it's no matter. Murky, I think, has the fastest self-clear. Yeah, I agree. I never see Octo do that. Goes to the second 10 seconds cooldown. No, it always go to 50, right? Like, even though it cancelled. Actually, it's not cancelled because as a cleanse, it should just go to the cooldown and it gets cleansed. There might be some bugging. I don't know. Oh, Light Bomb did not connect. They hesitated a little bit because if they connect the Light Bomb with Valera stun, it can be a dead rat, a dead Junkrat. Now they're rotating to the bot lane, and now red team has slightly advantage because they still hold on to the fort. They can have tap while the teammates happening, so they can have like 50% of pending HP bar and 30% of the mana. Genji tries to pressure the top a little bit more because he is the least gankable target in this game. Johanna clear the wave, try to push out and gain some vision. Turret has been put out by Murky. Yep, everyone walks by that will have to be demounted. I mean unmounted. And it cost Megablitz 50% of the health. Valera tries to kill Murky, but it's not one. See like how fast Murky heals himself. Let me check. It's how much? 69 per second. What the? Oh, that's quite a lot. I would say it's quite insane. Okay, Valera hunts on Genji. Classic. Blades against dagger. Another healing pack attempt by the blue team. And now they're having 2 healing packs. One on Rhaegar and another on Johanna. in my experience, if I'm a DPS player, I would rather have my healing pack than turrets because I want more self-healing than just trying to do a little bit more damage. And I'd rather put the turrets to the tank and the healer because they lack a bit of damage. So in that setup, you can really balance out the survivability and the DPS potential. Here again, we see only one target into this mecha, which is Merlin. Vala's still out. Maybe they should consider putting someone else. Yes, okay, now they put Cho'gall as well into this objective. Vala and Ando should be more careful because... Okay, Kenny gets out and try to peel Vala. How about Vala goes to the mecha? I think... they said no to me. Okay, let's see how this push would go. If they can get this keep. Johanna tries to soak everything. A huge light... Oh my god, a huge light bomb connected to the backlines. There are some good counter kills by Genji onto the Valera and the rocket ride. I mean, the rockets ride, yeah, did not finish Anduin. Now with Genji holding down to the healing pack, I think blue team still have the chance to fight one more time with the healing here. Yeah, he's diving onto the end when it gets down, it gets immediately used by Genji. However, it's not enough to save Johanna, even with a healing pack. Murky respawn, they're trying to secure their bottom keep while they have three catapults pushing onto the core. At this moment, there are still a few seconds for the two members of the red team to respawn, so they might lose a bit of core health if Genji or Murky tries to stall their back. Murden immediately clears the top catapults. Okay, and now we see a grab onto the targets, but no one dares to follow because they have an Anduin, which can, pull the targets out and just heal him back to the full health. I think, yeah. It's okay for Murky to die, and now the red team are so sneaky. They're trying to initiate the. Okay. Immediately they backed off. The blue team backed off because they see the red team is fully equipped and with the range dwarf dust. Dwarf dust. With light bomb, they can get one shot by double stuns. Here we see another healing pack gets picked up by the blue team thanks to Murky sacrifice. Like pressures on top, so they can have the time to get this healing pack. So intense. The game goes to 23 minutes, and the levels are 24 versus 23. Any team fights can end this game because top is open for blue team, while bottom is kinda open for the red team because at this moment, it's just an easy kill for the fort. Junkrat puts down the mines. No, never mind. Okay, he wants to place the trap and mines into these narrow spots, so in the future team fight, if someone step on that, it would be a good target to follow up. The mid objective opens, Johanna stays on the objective, while... Wow. Immediate kill onto the Murky from Valera, which is funny. She just stayed there for a really, really long time. Now they have a side window of advantage. They have 5 members, while Murky is running from the base. Now Murky is at the present. Both teams have 1 turret, while the blue team has 1 more healing pack. I think for the point control, Junkrat is maybe if okay. The doubles? Oh, I see. A really good one. A nice Storm Toss, but the Stormborn missed. Genji extract out of the Ring of Vengeance, a nice one. However, now the Ancestor has been used. Junkrat is in trouble. Almost Vala gets killed by the mine left over. Now, I think Toasty Bounce will die unless Murky tries to stall for him, but he, no. Oh my god! The wolf survived because the brave Murky went out to take the damage and the stuns for her. Crazy, that's a good sacrifice. And now Genji tries to counter push the top to release some of the bottom pressure because he knows the keep will be gone no matter what. Very nice plays from both sides. Try to macro out the the pressures, and now both teams have one lane exposed. At this point, blue team has captured 76% of the objective, while the red team just started. However, in another aspect, because red team still holds the bottom forward, they can have greater pressure from the bot. I think red team should really capitalize on the healing pack because they cannot just give that every time to blue team. Yeah, the great timing. Also, X Strike's dodging tons of abilities there. I would say very nice timing on these shadows and daggers, cloaks and daggers maybe. Another big team fight coming in. Rhaegar gets down. Nothing happened because no follow up. I think red team has to go in. Big okay. Well, that's the first objective goes to the blue side. Let's see, Murky goes into the objective. Who's gonna go to the second one? Immediately push off from the mecha. Now the Dwarf starts jumping onto the Johanna and Rhaegar. Vala gets rocket roaded. Toasty Bun still holds off Ancestral and the healing pack. I think there's no way for the red team to really secure any kill without Vala here. Very interesting decision from blue side as well. They did not send 2 members onto this mecha. Instead, they have 4 members out, only the Murky riding on top. Interesting. Genji dives too deep, gets stunned and silenced. Now the Ancestral has been put onto him. Murky grabbed another target. Extract did not connect. It's a bit late because Hogger has been pulled out by Anduin. I believe he has a second pull, right? If it's necessary. Very ambitious. Blue team maybe tries to get the third key. Now Murden jumped in, tried to buy the time for their... Never mind, Catapult has been cleared out by the wave. Wow, I'm sweaty. This game is so intense. The kills ties to 11, and structure-wise, blue team has to keep blood pressure. I mean, yeah, the red team has 1 keep and 1 4. And now the priority shifts because the next objective will spawn on the top lane. And now it's blue team, they have their favors. Whew. I mean, it's actually not good for them because if all the members rotate to top, the bottom will be super exposed to the catapults from red team. There will be maybe a backdoor potential for the red team right now. Murky, come on and kill me. She's shouting, kill me. No one cares about that Murky, huh? She clears one more wave and killed. Like sashimi. Okay, she's buying time for the blue team. Actually, a really good macro technique. And now they're releasing a bit of pressure from the boss side. Junkrat doing insane amount of siege damage here. Try to push down the wall. However, oh my god, the CC chains coming from the Valera and Merlin. Lockdown. For now, all the three members are scared off. They're running back to their base and leave the red team here for pushing. Or maybe it's better to, you know, just get the healing pack after pushing the first wall. I don't think staying here is a good choice. Even though with Valla, she has the level 20 range. Yeah, not silence, the blind from Johanna really keeps out the pressure. I mean the push. Valla tries to connect the Ring of Vengeance onto the Johanna, but instant pop on the Unstoppable saved her. And turrets was used under the tower, and for now Genji just respawned. I'm not sure if red team still have time to do the healing pack. I think they should do it right now, because Hogger is actually opening the vision for them, and let's hope he don't get like one shot by CC chains. Anduin was actually sitting on the mound, very safe. And now after they see the opponent goes for the turret, he just, you know, unmount and heal the teammates. No, I think Valera will die here. She would die here if she stays. Just, yeah, safe play, please. Because any one kill would cost that game right now. Valera gets spotted by Murky! Immediate self-cleanse! Oh my god, she still gets top dust! And gets pulled out by Anduin. Really nice play. Murden, there's no Dove Toss, it's just 1 second late. Okay, Murky gets killed. X-Strike dodging the Ring of Vengeance again. Kenny in trouble. The pool is 1 second late, and Hogger was down. With 4 members, it's 4v4 because Murky still needs to rotate from the core. Maybe Valla can do something. Genji puts tons of pressure on Valla, and Rocket Ride is hunting down this. Not Anduin, but oh my god, a beautiful extracts finish Anduin as well. And now, blue team are sieging for the core. Valla gets almost grabbed. Okay, Genji gets killed. That's, I think it's still game. It's still game. I don't think Valla can defend this. Core just dropped to 20%, 10%. GG to the blue team. Wow. Wow. Very amazing series from Cho'gall's Angels and BG Nepotism and Corruption. Congratulations to the blue side. Let's look at the stats. Junkrat is having everything down here for not everything, not soaking. Murky is doing so much job, like sacrificing herself to save a lot of teammates and also buying time for the macro structure push. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's have an interview here. Let me invite the winner to the Discord. Oh. Wow. Okay, looking at the stats, I mean the talents. Here we see a very interesting, like, hybrid build from Valla. It's not Q, it's not fully, you know, AA. I mean, yeah. Well, interesting level 13. No D. Okay. Oh, hi. let's do a quick interview.
Hello.
Hello, Krishnader and Traxxas. Congratulations again on the victory. It's a tough series, and
No,
I have a
dude,
lot
my
of
blood
questions.
pressure is like out through the roof.
I mean, I'm also very pressured because I'm casting myself. Like, I have to talk constantly for like almost 2 hours, and it's a lot of pressure. And okay, so first, we go to the first game. Can you remind me the first map? I'm sorry, I'm kind
I
of
don't remember.
lost.
Well, hold on, let me go to the watch.
Okay.
The first game was Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yes. Okay.
And we
Yes.
destroyed them.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did really well on carrying the team because Mephisto did everything: top siege, top soak, top damage. However, I see like only like once or twice you get out positioned a little bit, and I see immediately drop from Traxxas to save his ass. I mean, it's a really good play. I mean, I've seen the 3 games. I think you guys play like a team a lot better because you take care of each other. You're willing to sacrifice yourself for each other, even that's a really risky place, but it's a good job. So for the first game, I want to ask a question: is what's the thought behind the Mephisto pick there? Because
They all
usually,
stand still.
sorry,
Sorry, finish your thought. Sorry.
yeah, the question is, like Mephisto is usually better teamed up with Alexstrasza, but you guys didn't choose to do that. You have Anduin instead. So what's the thinking process of that?
Really, when I want to choose Mephisto is just when they have standstill heroes
Mhm.
that aren't super mobile. So Tygus, they had Tygus. They had what else did they not? I don't even remember.
They had Brightwing, Nubrak, Tychus, Johanna, and Goldaniel.
Yeah, so Gul'dan, Tygus, both
Mhm.
they a lot of, especially because he went suck build, has to stand still to do most of the damage.
Yep.
Right wing always has to jump to those standstill targets.
Mhm.
So that's 3 people that I can almost always just hit.
Yep.
Then tanks are easy enough to hit because they just want to be in your face anyways. So
Yes.
it just gives you perma resets basically.
Yeah, I agree.
And they did cocoon me a couple of times, but then I just get pulled, and then like they're just using everything to try and kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a Vala who just kills them if all they're doing is killing you. So.
That's right. Yeah, I see. It's like you're playing as a lure to the enemy side, and you're protected very well from the Deathwing. So if you survived, Vala can shred them, and you can lower their HP. So it's really good play.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, there's not much question about the first game because you guys just total dominations, good macro, good fights. However, for the second game, I saw the struggles. What's your reaction when you see 5 melees?
The reaction was, "Hey Chris, pick Greymane," and Chris's reaction was, "Where's Greymane at?"
Oh my god!
Proceeds to pick Lunara.
What I was trying to do was not pick Lunara either.
Uh-huh.
What I was trying to do, I don't remember at this point. I think I was trying to pick something else, but then everyone was telling me to pick Greymane. So then I was trying to find Greymane, and Lunara was the first one I saw that wasn't Probius, which is what I was hoping.
No Probius. Okay. So if you can have a second chance, which hero would you pick?
I think Greymane is pretty good, like the team was saying. Tygus is probably really strong.
We could have swapped you to Junkrat and had Smork play Maev.
I think Mephisto is an incredibly good pick as well because there.
I've seen some reactions from the audience. They recommended Mephisto because he can really, like 5 melees grouped on one target, and you can have an easy recess and a level 16% damage on them.
Right, it's really good. Maev was also a thought we were talking about, but
hindsight's 2020 though. I don't think we expected them to go like all frontline.
Yeah.
Like that was not something we anticipated, and we hadn't scouted. Like we did do scouting on them, and they usually like their chonky boys, but not 4 chonky boys. So
yes.
We weren't expecting what they did, and they did a really good job of catching us with our pants down.
Yeah, I think the second game also. I have one more question about the talents because I talked in the streaming. Stitches, the ultimate choice of hook, of Gorge, is kind of unexpected because all of them have a really good tool to survive. If Sonya take leave, bunker, Leoric is not a good target to kill. Even like Diablo can pop the magic shield to survive. So what's the process of thinking while go to the Gorge instead of Bile?
So we did actually talk about this because it was brought up if we want Bile or Gorge.
Mm-hmm.
The main deciding point was Duke doesn't really play Bile all that often, so it's better just to go Comfort.
Yep.
Even though that game Bile probably was the better choice, Comfort is usually better.
Yeah, I agree. Like comfort is everything. Like you'd rather stay in the comfort zone than just step out and try new things, especially when you're under pressure. Yeah,
and I think that was good. I just trolled my mind off that game though. So
I saw you leave some dangerous places, but I think Duke was doing so well on hooking these targets from really like hard angles, and also he's saving you guys like the friendly hook to save you out of the trouble.
Yeah, he kept us in that game for a while while I was just trying to lose it.
Don't blame yourself. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay.
No, his teammates blame him for him, so he already knows. We've shamed him enough.
Heading to
then
the
I got a big extract play the next.
Yes, I want to talk about the extract. You evaded massive stuns and damage from the extracts. Really good job, and you did a really good level 20 on refreshing. Resetting the extract 3 times there. It's really good. For a third game, what's your thinking process about the macro thing? Because when you saw the Valera coming in, it's kind of very harsh for you to scout out because she's stealth and Genji doesn't have a really good tool to unveil the targets. So, are you afraid of Valera or what? Hello? Am I disconnected? Oh my god. I might get disconnected. Sorry.
Okay.
I was
still there.
I was wondering if I was.
I was maybe disconnected. Let me ask the question again. So for the third game, when you see the Valera picked, and as a Genji player, you don't have much tool to reveal her from the stealth. So what's your thinking process of
that? It's obviously like for me. So I'm like, my initial thought process with the Valera is like I don't really care about it too much because it's really hard for them to capitalize and kill me from it. But she actually did a really good job of playing the Valera. She would be very patient and wait, which a lot of people don't do. So she caught me. I think 3 of my deaths probably were from her just waiting there, and she got some good kills me.
And look, one more question is about the Murky, because I see you sacrifice a lot, which does not usually happen, but they are worthy sacrifice. Like for the towers, for Rhaegar, and for your teammates, you just go like try to kill me, come on, kill me, like a taunt.
I feel like half of that game I was literally saying, I'm sacrificing my body, just run, just go. And Duke is like, it's a Murky, leave her.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I play Murky, it kills Toasty on the inside to leave me to die.
Yeah.
But it had to be done.
Yeah, it had to be done. Like you're pointless. You're 0.5 deaths. Yeah. She's 1, and if they kill her, it's game. At this point.
That's why I was like, I'm using Octo. Just go. Just get out of here.
Beautiful. Like that's the beautiful sacrifice I've ever seen. Okay.
Thank you.
And one more question is, I've seen both team just leave one person onto the objective while 4 members are out of that. So what's that kind of option?
Because our team had no front for us at least. I feel like our team had no front line if we had 2 people get in. Like because I was playing Murky, like it was just. I feel like if 2 people got in, they would have just steamrolled over the back line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, Chris. You can correct me. That's just the way it felt to me.
Yeah, that's accurate. And I mean, that objective is just so useless.
I agree. Like like in most Stormlight game, the side getting objective usually gets slaughtered, like gets wiped. I don't know.
like we didn't even take anything to directly kill it that game, and we still just kill it so fast that it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I feel like you guys did not prioritize on taking the objective. Instead, you guys tried to macro out the map, and because apparently opponents, they're trying to get the objective, and they're trying very hard because you guys have a much better map control and point control with Junkrat and these traps, and also Johanna Unstoppable.
Well, obviously they just had bad karma coming to them because they banned Towers of Doom, and that's just an unacceptable map ban. Who bans Towers of Doom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the thing about banning, so but it's a karma, I would say. And
yeah, it's definitely the karma.
For 3 matches, all the maps are taken by the opponent, right?
Wait, what? What was the question?
I mean, all the maps are taken by the opponent, right?
No, they chose the first map,
and
then they chose the second map, and then we chose
No, they chose all 3.
They did choose all 3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did choose all 3. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. It was a test.
Yeah, because it comes to my notice, they chose all 3 macro maps.
Yeah, I've noticed this season specifically. In previous seasons, everyone wanted first pick when they'd win coin flip, and this season it's been everybody who wins coin flip wants map pick.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I mean, I think we've discussed it. Like, there's certain times that we would feel like we want to choose map pick over first pick, depending on the map and depending on if we're trying to steal something from the enemy team. But I mean, there's not many maps, in my opinion, that we're like we don't want to play on. So
that's right.
Why not take a first pick?
I think it's like playing HOTS. It's like you have to get used to the diversity, like map wise, hero wise. Unless you're stuck in a very narrow place and you cannot, really get the advantage of the environment. Yeah. Okay. Do you have shout outs to anyone?
Chris, I always let my fellow teammate go first. You go first.
So kind of you. Shout out to our team. We played a good game. Shout out to the enemy team. They got some good competition. Yeah, good job, guys. Thank you for casting us. And that's about it.
You're welcome.
Shout out. Yeah, thanks for getting the cast. Good shout out to my team for us not like we were I was panicking, but for us keeping it together to some degree and working as a team. This is one of the first seasons I've had where I don't hate somebody on my team already or want to quit. So this has been a great season. I really appreciate you guys being chill. Shout out to the other teams in my Discord. So Cho'gall Rescue Rangers and Dragon Gall Z. Shout out to the enemies because that was one heck of a series. Like, that last game could have gone either way. Like, I feel like we won game 1 real good. You guys won game 2 real good. And the last one was just a complete just back and forth. So it was great. And then I will always end my shout outs with a shout out to my husband.
Thanks, Leah. I mean, thanks, Ian. I'm sorry.
Ian.
Ian. I'm sorry. I just wrong name. Sorry.
You're good. You're fine.
Okay, I hope you guys will enjoy rewatching this one because it's much more, objective and neutral. And also, I talked a lot about the game, from both sides. And also, I offered some of my insights on the picks or the talent choice.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.